Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about boundaries and why boundaries are really important for our internal happiness. Okay, enjoy. Okay, so out here, lovely summer's day. Sun's just coming out, it's quite bright, so if I squint a bit, that is why. I just wanted to talk about boundaries today. I'm noticing with clients that as we start on the internal process, the internal journey, maybe we're having a struggle, a breakdown, we're getting to that point where life's really difficult. I notice that those that don't have good boundaries struggle at the beginning. And I remember my own life in my 20s, I didn't have very good boundaries. So I was very much a people pleaser. And I remember living in a monastery. I was there for 3 years. And at the beginning, I was just giving. Because I was living on site and I was very busy, lots of stuff happening, I found it hard to say no to people, to put the boundaries down. I wanted to please. But eventually, I just gave so much, I had a breakdown physically. I had chronic fatigue and mentally, emotionally, really kind of going through it. And part of the process of me recovering was starting to put boundaries down that way to others, but also boundaries down to myself. And I see that sometimes we get to that point where we're giving, but it's like we have these cups and they're empty, and yet we keep giving to people. People will say, "Can you come and help me here?" And it's like, yes. But we've got to fill our cups up. If our cups are empty, then we have nothing to give to others. And therefore, it's really important that we start to put down boundaries so that we can start to fill our cup up. And that's, for me, one of the ways of healing. So how do we do this with boundaries? It's learning to say no. I remember the abbot one time in breakfast, we were sat at the table and he'd had a request from the BBC for an interview. And he just says no. And someone said, "Why?" And he says, "Well, I just like to practice saying no from time to time." And so he would just say no. And it's quite a good, it's an important practice, because when we say no, it's certainly the beginning. If people have always got a yes from us, they'll kick off. We have to hold firm with our no. No. That no means no. And I found that looking after children, the work that I do now is like, part of the time I'm looking after children, partly with clients, and the time with children, sometimes no means no. And at the beginning they might struggle and go, "What do you mean? I don't understand." But if it's like, no means no. And I find that within ourselves, sometimes it's like we want to keep going, we want to push ourselves, we want to go out, we want to please others, and we have to say no. I don't have the energy. No, I have to protect my space so that I can rest, that I can do my meditation, I can do my practice to start filling my cup up. And sometimes it means we have to be quite firm with our no. No is no. So yeah, that's just a quick reflection. So so that's one way, is to start saying no. Another way of developing boundaries is having a regular practice. It's like sticking by it. So if you get up at 7 every day, start getting up at 6:30. Do your regular practice and guard that. Defend that time, that is my time. I might be tired, I don't want to get up, but I'm still going to practice anyway. Yeah? And it's kind of developing that within ourselves. So yeah, just a simple reflection about boundaries, really, about how we can develop them and why it is so important for our internal happiness. And as always, please do offer any reflections, and yeah, thank you for your time. Okay, blessings.